All right, great selling Saturday, everyone. I hope you're doing well. Cesar Mascaro Jr. with Manufactured Home Sales Mastery, and with our 15 minutes of mastery that we do each and every day to get your day started off on the right foot with some information, inspiration, and motivation so that you can get your day started off on the right foot. What is going on out there today? I don't know about where you're at, but here it is cold. Here it is rainy. And here is back home, just outside San Antonio, Texas. San Antonio, Texas is home, and got back in late last night from out in Tyler, Texas, where I spent this past week working with the great folks over at Mobile Home Masters. But back home for the weekend, a lot of stuff going on, and then right back up to where we were going. That's just the way it is. But let's see what we got going on here. I'm going to make some little tweaks very quickly to make sure that we've got this all lined up for you. All right. So it's Selling Saturday. You know that today is all about the sale. Today is about helping as many families as possible. Today is not about working files. It hasn't for years. For years, that's been my approach to Saturdays. Saturdays, brand new business. I believe I've been referring to it as Selling Saturdays for probably the last at least 10 to 12 years. This is something that I had picked up even before when I was over at the first place that I had gotten into when I was in Manufactured Homes, Manufactured Housing Consultants just south of San Antonio. Because Saturdays was a day that we just wanted to pick up new business. That's the day when most people tell you that they're off. That's the day that they're trying to come in when you're talking to them during the week. So that is what today is about. And today I want to talk to you about being fully engaged. Tom Abbott writes, start with mindset, close with skill set. Start with mindset and close with skill set. And nothing could be truer. Oh, by the way, I'm at the home office today. Yes, not at our office, working here, because you got a whole bunch of soccer games today. If the weather, I don't know, clears up, waiting to see what happens. Anyway, stay fully engaged. And stay fully engaged during the sale right now, this time of year, during the holiday season, because it's easy. It's so easy for a housing consultant, community manager, anybody on the sales force to get distracted this time of year. And a lot of the times when I talk to you about what you may consider to be a negative topic or something that would be that we're addressing that needs to be improved, I'm simply telling you this because of what I did, the way I messed up when I was doing what you're doing right now. When I was selling homes, when I was either sales manager, general manager, the points that I make on what you should improve is because I wish that I had somebody who would have sat me down and said, hey, Cesar, look, this is where you're messing up, but this is how you can fix it. I had the people that would tell me you're messing up. You had the people that would slam me down and just beat you up about it. But didn't have the coaching to actually fix it. And instead, so I went about it the wrong way and just felt that I just needed to, fight through, but never address the issue. And so these topics, when I come to you with these topics, is simply to provide you not just, hey, this is where you're messing up, but this is how you can make it better. This is how you can make you better so that it doesn't continue to happen. And this is why you should do these things. Okay. I'm not coddling you. I'm just giving you the coaching you need. Now, whether you choose to use it and implement it and make the changes, that's on you. And if you choose not to, now you're the one at fault. Yeah, man, whatever happens with you from here on out, that's on you. So anyway, going back to it, being fully engaged in the sale during the holidays. I spoke about it yesterday in yesterday's 15 Minutes to Mastery. A lot of times we'll think that we start talking about holiday mode. And really what we need to really be honest with ourselves about is that we are the ones who convince ourselves that the people are in holiday mode. And like I mentioned yesterday, yes, they're out there, they're distracted, they're planning so many things. However, there are tons of people out there that are also part of their plan is still to continue to look for a home. You can't tell me that during from either Halloween or Thanksgiving time through the end of the year or the first week of the year, you're not going to sit there and tell me that there are no leads coming in through the website. You're not going to sit there and tell me that there's no people that are responding to your marketing and your ads, and whether they're on Marketplace or any other place. You can't tell me that there are not people calling into your location. So that right there should prove to you that no, it's not that they're in holiday mode. They may be distracted. You may not be getting as much as you were because people are more distracted, but that just means you need to be that much more committed to it. You've got to be that much more in tune with yourself. And so that's why I tell you that you need to be able to understand that you need to get yourself focused. You need to realize each and every day, what am I here to do? And it's just another day. It's just another day. I don't care if today's the 7th. I don't care if today was the 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th of December. I remember selling a home cash on the 23rd of December. I'm sure some of you have probably even sold on Christmas Day. I don't know. But people are always out there buying. So you need to get focused. You need to understand that they are out there. Okay. And you need to be able to do that. And that means that you have to understand that if you aren't prepared for that, if you come in today on Saturday and you're not fully engaged and you're not making as many calls as you possibly can when you don't have a buyer in front of you, if you're not marketing, if you're not doing the things that push the needle forward, nothing's good going to come of it. And you're going to sit there wondering, well, how did he do? I mean, that guy must be lucky. She must be lucky over there. And it's just they're getting the buyers, the little buyers that are out there. No, they're putting in the work. They've done something to be able to get that done, even if it was a walk-in that they got. Because they put in the work, they get paid back. So if you want to be able to benefit right now during this time of the year, you need to be putting in the work. What is the work? Continue with your marketing every day. Just as if it were tax season. Everybody puts in a whole bunch of work during tax season because they know people are filing their tax returns. They're getting money for their down payments. Put in that level of focus, intensity, and work into your marketing right now as you do that. And then what you got to do on top of that is now the next step, which is really double down into your prospecting and your follow-up. Get into that. The more engaged you stay, the more fun it becomes. You see, when you're not fully committed to making the phone calls, when you're just going through the motions, that's when it feels tedious. That's when you feel like you're not getting anything accomplished. That's when you feel like you'd rather be doing anything else except that. But if you get fully engaged, this is what I used to do. It was a game to me. First of all, I never sat when I was making phone calls. I was standing up. I'd be walking around my desk, making the phone calls. One, it keeps me active and it keeps me from just getting bored of sitting down, making one call after the other. And when they're not answering, I'm just there and I'm texting. And then next thing you know, it's easy for me to scroll, go on. Well, you know what? Let me see what's going on over here on Facebook. Let me see what's going on Instagram. Let me see what's going on over here. And next thing you know, you're just scrolling and you're not making calls. You're not reaching out to people. So stand up, walk around. But I made it a game. Who's going to win, them or me? And when I say them or me, I mean, are they not going to book an appointment with me? Or am I going to be able to convince them to set an appointment with me? And then when I get the appointment, am I going to follow up to make sure that they actually show up? So make it a game, make it interesting for yourself so that you can get as much business as you possibly can right now. There are people buying. You just have to cut through the noise. If you think that people are being bombarded, at any point in time of the year that they get all these ads on homes and they're looking at this home and they're looking at that home. Well, right now, not only are they looking at this home and that home, but then they're looking at what's going on over at this store and where can I get these toys for the kids and what should I get for my uncle over here? So you've got to fight through all of that and bring them back in. But you first have to have the right mindset, just like Tom Abbott says. It starts with the mindset. Then you use the skill set. You've got to get yourself primed and ready to use your skill set, your marketing, your phone calls, your emailing, your texting, everything that you can to be able to cut through the noise and get that buyer focused in on the fact that you are there to help them. There's no reason that any Saturday, any time of the year, anywhere across the country should not be full of appointments for the whole staff. If they are GM, sales managers, I'm telling you right now, if they are, it's because they aren't focused. There's no accountability. They're not focused and they're not getting in the marketing, the calls, the prospecting that needs to be done. So that needs to be adjusted, right? So what can you do then to be able to get it done? Let me show you here. Give me 1 second. Let me get over to this section. I'm going to give you the top 5 ways that you can stay fully engaged. All right. Here's the first thing that you got to do is you got to acknowledge the goals that you did not hit this year. You want to stay focused right now over these last few weeks of the year. Take a look at what you did not hit that you said you were going to, that you said was important to you. I had that happen to me so many times. I got distracted, whether it was at the beginning of the year, the middle of the year, whatever it was, didn't do the things that I should. And here we are, the last couple months, the last couple weeks of the year. And man, I wasn't able to do this. I didn't hit that goal. Man, this next year, I'm gonna stay committed. Well, what better way to be able to make sure you get it done next year than to start building the momentum now? So acknowledge the things you did not hit. Look at that first, and then take a look at the steps that you didn't take. What caused you not to hit that goal this year? Where did you mess up along the way? What months did you slack off? Where did you not get the business? Where did you skip the marketing? How many times did you just not make calls for one day that turned into 2 days that turned into a whole week? It's happened. I know I've done it. I know it happens. Come on, let's not fool ourselves. Oh, I'm making calls. Sure you are. You make 3 or 4 calls and then you move on to something else. Oh, wait, I forgot about this. And then you start doing that. Stay focused in. Take a look. Remember the steps that you skipped or didn't take. Then from there, which one did you want to commit to not being a fraud anymore? I was such a fraud. I would fool myself and tell myself that I did this and I did that. And you know what? Next year is going to be the year. I'm going to go ahead and it's like being, I'm a Cowboys fan, right? It's like being a Cowboys fan. This is our year when I know it's not. And I would tell myself next year for sure. Stop being that fraud. It's going to take work. The great thing about it, like I've mentioned in the past, is this. You're part of an industry that has been around for decades. You're part of an industry that there is a need, a huge need for it, and people know they need it. You're in the housing industry. You're in a housing industry that is also very attainable. The price point is where it needs to be. The quality of the product is fantastic. The financing options make it so easy for the buyers to qualify. So you are in an industry where you can do great things, but the amount of work that's going to take to get it done, it's not as much as you may think it is. It's just, it has to be consistent. It has to be consistent and it has to be disciplined. You have to have the discipline to be consistent. If you do that, it's great. The amount of work I have to put in right now to build this business, even 19, going on 20 months that we've been around, it is a whole lot more because we're building a business that did not exist before. within the industry has been around for I don't know, a very, very long time, right? 60, 80 years, however long it's been. But there's never been a company like ours. So the work that I've got to put in is way different than when you may see me and you may see my post where I'm getting started, whether it's 4:30 in the morning, 5 in the morning, but that's because that's the level of work I have to put in. But I'm committed to make it happen. And I've learned from my mistakes. The mistakes that I made when I was doing what you're doing, I learned from that and said, if I do that here, we're going to fail for sure. And I can't do that. I'm not going to fail. You need to commit to not failing anymore. You need to look at the steps that you skipped, that you didn't take, and go ahead and make sure you're doing them now. Don't be a fraud anymore. And from there, you want to focus on serving your clients today, selling Saturday, and every day. Have the servant leader mindset. If you look at yourself as a servant to your client base, to your market, you're going to be pulled to do the work daily. That's what pulls me. I know my team and I, we understand that we serve our clients. We don't boss them around. We're there to serve them. And because of that, that's why I am pulled to put in the work every day. When I do miss on something or I say, hey, I'm going to get you this today and I don't get it till tomorrow because of whatever happened, I truly, it bothers me. I'm trying not to be that person anymore. And it's happened. There's been some times where that's happened. But I called the person, hey man, I apologize I didn't get to you yesterday. I sent it this morning, and there it is. But you need to focus on serving your clients. You do that, you understand your role in this. And hopefully, if you take that to heart, that's going to pull you to put in the work daily. And last, you want to make today, December 7th, your transformation day. You want to make today that day. No more excuses, no more stopping, no more, hey, I'll start next week. I'll start Monday. No, man, don't wait till Monday. Start today. You're there now. You're watching this now. Start today. Don't plan it out. Don't get papers. Well, let me make sense. Look, this is going to be my marketing plan. Just get started. You don't have customers right now. It's 8:37 here, so 9:37 on the East Coast. It's 6:37 for those of you on the West Mountain Time. You got a couple hours probably before you get into the office, so start preparing right now. Know what you're advertising, know the calls you're going to make. If you don't have appointments as soon as you walk in. For those of you that are out at the office now, you don't have somebody in front of you. Weather's not bad. It's bad. They're not coming in right now just yet. Post some ads, get some marketing done quickly, and make phone calls. Make today your transformation day. Make today the day that you commit to not being that fraud anymore, not skipping the steps, and not hitting your goals. Because that's what your buyers expect of you. That's what your family, your loved ones expect of you. And more importantly, that's what you should expect of yourself. No one should expect more of you than yourself. I don't allow anyone to expect more of me than I expect of myself. Nor should you. Doesn't matter. You don't have to own a business to have that perspective. Everyone should. Every one of us out there, my kids should feel the same way. Everybody. If everyone in this world operated that way, where no one expected more of them than themselves, this whole world would be in a whole much better place. We need to bring that sort of attitude, that sort of mindset, and that sort of influence back into society. And you can do it. We're going to do it together. Not only does Manufactured Home Sales Mastery exist to be able to help you improve as a housing consultant or anyone in the sales force of the industry, but we exist to also help you become a better person. We exist to help you have a better influence in the society around you. We exist to make an impact on the communities, on this nation, and on the world. It's a big endeavor, but I truly believe that with my heart. And we live that each and every day. You should too. And I encourage you to do that. So make today, December 7th, this Saturday, this selling Saturday, make today your transformation day. And know that we are here. Look, man, you don't have to be a client of ours. We hope you will be, whether you're an individual or you're part of you've got a team, a sales team. We hope that you allow us to be a part of your future success. And we'd happily do it. And we know that we would come through for you with flying colors for sure because of our level of commitment. But look, what I'm telling you is this. Whoever it is that is watching this right now live, or whoever may watch it in the future, we have over the last 19 months put out so much information, so much content, not just on sales, but on personal development, professional development. Get in there, dive into it, apply it, learn from it, and start using it, and be a positive influence wherever you are across the country and across the globe. You're watching this. If there's even one bit of information that you get from any one of our past 400, because this is episode number 401 of our 400 15 minutes to mastery, or from our Mavericks of Change vlog, or maybe it's from our podcast that we do, the Manufacture to Win podcast. Maybe it's just something that got recorded out of the training class. Whatever it is that you find out there that maybe lights a little fire in you, apply it, use it, make it your own. I don't care. You don't have to give us credit. If you do, that'd be great, but you don't have to. We're trying to grow as well. But we're putting out there today, as a matter of fact, look, and it never stops. It never stops. This weekend is my wife's birthday weekend, right? And, but we've got soccer games. If the weather clears up, that goes throughout the rest of the day. So, and she called me yesterday and says, hey, look, we don't have to do anything this weekend. I know there's a lot of stuff we got to do for the business because you got to get back on the road next week. Our level of commitment as a team, and I'm not just talking about my wife or our sons, but I'm talking Stephen, that's part of our team as well. We're all here going, and we're here to help you along your journey. And there's sacrifices need to be made, and there's sacrifices that you need to be making as well. But if you feel that things aren't moving in the direction that you need them to, especially right now in the holiday season, you're going to start thinking, oh, hey, wait, well, what am I going after? Because one of the things that I'm noticing, the more we go along in this business and growing this business, and I'm nowhere near being a multi-millionaire, right? I'm just a guy building a business with this team that we're finally at a point where we're kind of surviving. We're sometimes we're like, okay, are we gonna be able to pay some of the stuff this week? And God blesses us when we pull through and we've been able to move forward. We're getting there, right? But anyway, what I have noticed is this. When you do scroll online and you run across things from whether it's Tony Robbins or Grant Cardone or Andy Frisella that I follow or Bedros Cooling, the list goes on, right? John Maxwell, they're all out there, and they all have one common message when they start talking about the people with idle hands. In other words, with the people that may feel like they're suffering from depression, they don't know what to do, they don't this and that. Well, I'm here to tell you, I understand this completely, 100% right now. You haven't figured out your purpose. You haven't figured out your purpose, and it's not you. It's not you. It's not anything that happened in your past. It's just you haven't gotten yourself busy enough to not let those things creep in your head. You haven't gotten yourself busy enough with the purpose of doing something bigger than just surviving, so that you're not even the bad stuff that does happen. Believe me, there's a lot of bad things that happen with us, to us, or during our as we're going along. customers canceling or whatever. The same things you go through, we go through, but they don't affect me. I just keep moving on. Why? Because my purpose is bigger than me. And today I took on something else. Today I made it popped up. Hey, I got to do this thing. Sent out a little message to some people of what I'm starting up. And some people may say something else, but you know what? That's what keeps me moving forward. So I encourage you to do the same thing. If you're in that point right now in your life where you're like, well, this happened, and oh my God, that happened in the past, and oh, I just don't know what to do, and I feel like I'm depressed. You know what? Find a freaking purpose. Find a freaking purpose bigger than you and actually go and make it happen. Go after it. Commit to that, and that other stuff won't bother you anymore. You forget about it. You'll actually be okay. You're going to start being glad that happened to you. You know why? Because those things make you better. They're not your downfall. They're not your crutch. They're not what slows you down. They're actually what makes you better. But when you don't have a purpose, you think that that's the worst thing that ever happened to you. And I can't believe that this happened. And oh my gosh, and I feel like I'm getting... Stop. And I'm not trying to be insensitive. I'm actually trying to pull you out from that and saying, stop. Listen, I know we've gone totally different direction on this, but this is another episode, right? Just in and of itself. But today, just understand this. Maybe that's also what's keeping you from being fully engaged. So find your purpose. And that, I will tell you, we are damn good at here. We are damn good at helping you figure that thing out. So if you want to do that, I encourage you to reach out to us. Comment wherever you're watching this. Or send us a message. Get online. Go to manufacturedhomesalesmastery.com. Book a call. It's not going to cost you anything. Let's talk. We'll get it figured out. All right. You guys have a great selling Saturday. Help a ton of families. Do some fantastic things and get ready for an amazing week next week. But today, focus in on today. What goals did you not hit this year? What steps did you skip or didn't take? Commit to not being a fraud anymore and actually go make it happen. Serve your clients, serve your market, and you will do fantastic things. You guys have a great day. Oh, we got some special announcements coming up next week. All right. You guys stick around for that. We'll see you tomorrow for another 15 Minutes to Mastery, our Sunday Recharge edition. Until then, can't wait to meet you.